Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. First of all, I'd like to wish you all a very happy new year, happy 2026. I'm a bit late joining the party. I see most of you are well underway with your seed sowing, but I'm in no particular rush. The weather's not too good. We've had all that snow here in the Midlands, rain, and even more rain and all. But the last 2 months I've not been lying idle. I've been going through doing a stock check on my seed levels. I've actually started my seed database, when I'm going to sow and what. If you're new to the channel, you haven't seen that, I'll put a little link up in one of the corners, either here or here, and you can check out how I've done it. Simple one, but it does very effective it is, and it's a good way of tracking your sowings and plantings and stuff like that. So I'll bring my seed box down a bit later on, and I'm going to be sowing probably the onions, the peppers, aubergines, leeks, stuff like that. I've already done that on previous videos, and most other people have, so I won't bore you with that. I'll just show you the basic setup, what I'm doing, do my sowing, and I'll bring you back a bit later on as a catch up to show you where we are. There's one other thing I want to say, and there's another big thank you, is as I say, I've been away from YouTube for a little bit, but when I did come back, one surprise I did, I noticed that the channel had crossed over the 20,000 subscriber mark, and that to me is just amazing. I never ever expected that to happen at all. So for each and every one of you, that's it, that subscribe button, a big thank you. I have filmed the odd few clips before Christmas and just after, a catch up of what we've been doing over on the allotment there, but rather than put that in because the timeline's jumping around from one thing to another, I'll just take you a little stroll over the allotment now once the rain stopped and give you a catch up of what's happening. Not sure where we left off last time. I think I showed you that I'd had a good load of cow manure delivered, put that on the beds. I've turned 3 of them in and still got this one to do. That shouldn't take long. With all the snow we've had and the rain, it's rotted in quite nicely. It looks nice. I'll be doing that probably the next couple of weeks. I've still got some leeks in there, and I'm harvesting them as and when required. Just move it over to this side, say this is turned in beautiful. And I must say, it's probably the soil's looking the best I've had for years. What I will do, I think, is now we've had all the rain in and the frost has got into it, I'll probably cover these over with the black sheets, and that'll help keep any more rain coming out, because I don't need to wash right the way through, and also it'll warm the soil up and all, and give a bit more worm activity ready for when I'm planting out. I don't know whether you can see along the front here, we've still got some celery. I never got round to harvest that. We had all this, obviously grew too much, but nonetheless I'll rip all that out. And I did have the hindsight of putting a little extra bit of cow manure here, so when that comes out I can dig that into the patch. So that's the state of the beds at the moment. I've got all stuff on there which needs clearing. I've already covered that up, but say we'll get these 2 beds covered up. When I can get the chance, I'll be digging that in over there, and that'll be the beds all ready to start taking the crops for this coming season. So for the first sowings of the year, we're going to be looking at the alliums, the onions here. I've got my box with the different varieties in. A little bit different this year. I'm going to be sowing in these little quarter cell trays. Now, I've got a thing called a Garland Super 7, which is a long propagator base, and you can fit 7 of these on. And I'll probably section these up, maybe into 2, possibly 3, depending on the varieties I decide to grow. And they'll be going in the house, and I think that'll be ticking over around about 15 to 18 degrees, I think, and that's plenty good enough for the onions. I have got a video out for the new viewers onto the channel, which will put a link up in there, how I do grow onions from seed right the way through to a harvest. But I'll just be sowing these. The compost I'm using here, that's Clover multi-purpose. I've put this through the sieve twice. I've got the hurdy-gurdy, which is the green thing which goes round. I've got an ultra-fine sieve. I've put that in there as well. And I've also added sharp sand. And it comes out quite nice. It is a bit of a faff around and does take a while, but I find it's worth it in the end, particularly for starting the seedlings off. So what I'm going to do is say start off in the screen tray. I've already got my label on there, so I can partition that off. Use my number indexing system. Again, I've got a little video up for newcomers onto the channel. And what I'll do, I'll just sow these off. I might put you with me for the first one, but I'll do all the onions, then I'll bring you back, catch up and show you what varieties we've sown. Just give the compost another bit of fluffing up. There's still 1 or 2 lumps in, but I can rub them out easy. Just get out of a tray. And say, I like to just fill the tray completely up to the top. Just take the few lumps out there. And just wipe it across. And then I'll give it a tap. Gets rid of any air pockets. And then just lightly firm it down. I've got a tamping board in there somewhere, but I can't find it at the moment, not to worry. Anyway, that's the what's it's done. Compost done. Now what I like to do with all sowings of seeds, just to make sure the compost is damp, is to give it a light swill over the top with a bit of water, let that sink in, and now I'm ready for sowing. I've already sown one side and I forgot to switch the camera on. I'm using a new camera setup I bought. It's called the DJ Osmo Pocket 3, if you're familiar with that. The reason I bought it, it's good for self-tracking when I'm out on the allotment, save having to rely on other people to film. Anyway, as you can see, I've got an upturned seed label bent in half and just broadcast the seeds over. That side is one called Vento and this side is one called Rinsberger. So what I'll do now, those are in, I'll give them a light covering with vermiculite and then we'll get them labelled. This vermiculite, I've actually put it through a blender to make it fine, because you can actually buy fine vermiculite. It's really hard to locate. Generally they just stock the normal stuff, and I find by blending this it makes it a lot better for the seedlings to pop through. That's about it. You can see already it's changing colour. That's because I dampened down the surface of it, and I'll just get that little tamp down on the top now. That's ready to go into the propagator. Right, that's most of the seed onions done now. So I put them all in these little quarter trays. These will be going on the garland heated propagator base. There's old 7, but I've only sown 6 at the moment. I'll just bring you down and show you what we've actually sown. You can hear a little buzzing in the background. That's the diesel heater I've had on because it did drop a little bit cold. Anyway, the first tray there, we've got some Vento and Rinsberger. The next one along, we've got Tough Ball and Santero. And this one here, we have the Walla Walla and one called Ruby Red. I've never ever grown that before. Be interesting to know if any of the viewers have grown it. If you have, leave a note in the comments how it gets on. On that end, the one side I've got the Black Beauty Aubergine. Next door to it, I've got Long Red Florence. That's the banana type shallot. The next two is celery. There's the one called the Golden Self-Blanching, and on the right hand side is one called Blush. And over on this side we've got 2 more varieties of the banana type shallot. There's one called Lister and the other one is called Zabroon. I'm giving that a go, probably the last time this year. First time I grew that was really good, great crop, but I think his last 2 years have been very, very disappointing. And last but not least, you can see there I've got a big pot of leeks. That's the Musselburgh. So these 6 propagators here will be going onto the heated base into the house. Right, to bring this sowing session for the month of January to a close, I'm going to be sowing the capsicums. Now I've got probably 10, 12 varieties that I'm going to grow, and I'm doing them a slightly bit different way to normal. I'm going to be using this 12 cell half tray. Because of the number of varieties I'm growing, I don't want so many, so I probably only want 2, 3 max of each plant. So my intention is to grow a different variety in each cell. And if you see on the front, I've labelled each one number 4 down to 1, and this side A, B, C. So it's like the old battleship game. You can pick a reference of B2 and know that it's a certain variety. So I'm going to crack on with that. The reason I've done these separate like this, I'll be putting these in a different propagator, because the capsicums, and say I got 1 or 2 chilies I think in there as well, they'll need a slightly higher temperature to germinate. I usually put these up at around 25, 27 degrees. So crack on with these. So here we are with the first tray done. As you can see, I've spaced them out fairly evenly with 3 depressions. The reason I've done that is it'll make it slightly easier when I come to thin them out, ready for potting on. So I'm just going to finish off these other 3 compartments there, top them up with the rest of the vermiculite. And I did underestimate what I need. Actually, there's 12 in there. Looks like I'm going to need to do another tray because I've still got quite a few seeds left. Right, so I'm going to carry on continuing with the sowings of the last few peppers. That's about it for this one and the month of January. So I hope you come back and join me in February, where we'll continue with more sowings. Until then, stay safe all, and bye for now.